I have 2 patches of tomatoes, and as you can, actually 3 patches. As you can see, I'm not like a very serious gardening person, but I do like the idea of growing my own vegetables. So I always take advantage of the summer to grow vegetables in my garden. Basically, I just get the seeds from a local store and plant them. And these I planted in the spring, so the whole summer I've been actually harvesting. I planted them a month apart, so this I'm actually almost done with this patch, harvesting from this patch. So all my salad this summer has been from my own garden, and it's good for me. I like it because then it's all organic. I can control what I put in, but it's also good for the kids because we did the whole process together. We did the shopping together of the buying the seeds. Actually, they chose what vegetables we made, and they chose which ones we grew. And because we eat a lot of sweet cherry tomatoes, so those were high on the list, and that's why we used 3 of our patches to grow these, to grow the cherry tomatoes. Very special every time before I make a meal, or when I make a meal and they know that these are actually from our garden. I see that it improves the fact that they eat them because they have really participated in the making of them. So this is really a nice harvest. I'm gonna have to harvest the most of them, so this will take us throughout the week. I use them for packing in the kids' snacks, for school, for their lunch. So they do eat a lot of these mainly, and also they eat a lot of these vegetables, the sukuma wiki. I have, of course, some rosemary. It's right next to the lavender, so it can actually be confusing, but this is rosemary over here. And I also harvest from that when I'm gonna cook. The mint is now growing out, but that was also, I had quite a lot of mint here and there, and in that corner I had radish. So this is now for our lunch. I'm gonna make it into a yummy salad, and I think I'll start harvesting from this because I see a few. This patch, these are bigger. This was a bit of a different breed, and these are now beginning to ripen. This is the first time I'll actually harvest from this. I really love it. I mean, you can use the cherry tomatoes in your recipe, so I use them for part of breakfast with the fruit and the vegetables and whatever else you're serving for breakfast anyway. So it's yeah, they don't look like world-class cherry tomatoes, but they're from my garden. I also use the cherry tomatoes, of course, in the usual garden salad. And that's always quite yummy. I also like to use the cherry tomatoes in their school lunch. So today is a cheese and ham sandwich, cherry tomatoes, some green grapes, an apple, and a little yogurt for dessert. It's 7 o'clock and I'm done making my dinner, but there's something missing. So I need to make some vegetables, and so I'm going to go to my garden, see what I have. It's September, and I've been eating from my garden throughout the summer, some vegetables from my garden. I tried several things, and this summer the sukuma wiki was very successful. So I have these 2 spaces. These leaves are ready to eat. So actually I harvest from it every 2 weeks. So 2 weeks I harvest from this one, and then the other 2 weeks I harvest from that one. So normally what I harvest is more than enough for a meal. The good thing about sukuma wiki is that I will be harvesting from this for until about even October, November, because it does very well in cold. So if you see, these are the stumps from which I harvested before. So most of these I've harvested from them. So when I'm harvesting my sukuma, I make sure that I don't just pluck off the leaf. I don't just pull off the leaves, I actually cut them a small distance from the stem, and then I do the same for all of them, because when I leave this part, it means I don't damage the stem. If I just pull it off like that, I will damage the stem. So I'm gonna harvest and then go get my dinner ready. When I'm making the harvest, I take the chance to also prune some of these leaves that are old and weak or have been eaten up. If you remember in my old video of who is eating my vegetables, some of them have been so damaged by the caterpillars and by the slugs that I'm not really gonna eat them, but I also take a chance to prune them so that I can, once the plant is pruned, it grows very well. So these I'll throw away, I'm not going to eat them. And this is also a chance for me to indeed harvest them, and I'll throw them away. So in the end, I have a much more healthy plant. You can see that this has been completely destroyed. This is definitely snails. You can see the slimy slug over there. So yeah, these that are destroyed, I will throw away, but it's important to remove them because the plant will grow better when they are removed. Even these are completely destroyed. So these I'll also throw away. It's easier for the plant to grow when it remains with the healthy ones. So I'm done harvesting what was once a bushy, leafy garden. When I harvest, I leave just normally 2 leaves. These are then enough for it to grow from. And I've harvested from both sides because they were really overgrown.
So here's the harvest. Big enough for 2 meals. Here, come on, let's go cook it.
So making sukuma is really quite easy. Sukuma is something like, it's like kale, or it's like the Dutch, what they call boerenkool. So we're just gonna wash it really, really well. Remember, it needs to be washed so well so that you take out all the residue, all the So I really washed them nice and well because, as you remember from my previous video, some had some caterpillars, some insects. So they've been growing in the garden. So obviously they've been growing in the garden. So obviously they are likely to have some insects on them, or whatever garden stuff is on them. So wash them really nicely. From the flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna drain this water. Drain the water so that I drain them. I mean, if you have a strainer, of course you can strain them, but you know, this is also just as good. So now I have them nice and clean and ready to chop. I'm gonna chop them into smaller pieces. Some people like to cut off the stem, but I actually like it. It's nice and crunchy. But if you don't like the stem, you can remove this from most of them, but I leave most of it out because I think it also has some form of nutrition. But these you can cut off and throw away. So Kyla, are you going to enjoy the yummy vegetables?
Well, yeah, I hope.
I've removed most of them. Most of the stems, but I do want to leave a few because I really like them. Actually, I'm gonna chop them also one.
This one has a stem.
Yes, I want to leave some stems because I really like them.
Look at these. Sukima. I don't know the name.
I'm gonna also include the stems because I really like them, so I'll include them. Making sure not to cut your fingers. That is always downside of having a really sharp knife. Okay, so I'm going to start chopping. So let's start chopping.
Chop? Yeah.
Chop, chop.
Wait, that's the thing in our salad always.
The what?
That, in that spinach. That's the thing.
This one? This one is a bit too hard for salad. In the salad I put spinach. Spinach is a bit softer. But this is, this sukuma is a bit hard like the bureko. So you can't really have it in salad.
Beautiful, right?
Yep.
It looks like mint, kind of. You know those mint
The mint
leaves?
that I put in my tea.
Those mint leaves.
Yeah, but the mint leaves are a bit smaller leaves. Remember, we have those also in our garden now. Most of them are gone.
Yep.
The mint leaves.
Oh, those are good smelling. I put them on my face, and my face smells good.
Do you put mint leaves on your face? Chop it all up.
More sukima.
Sukuma.
Sukuma. I got it now, you guys. Sukuma.
Sukuma wiki.
Sukuma wiki.
You know what's funny?
What?
Sukuma actually means to push. That's a Swahili word. And my
Ooh.
Swahili is not so good, but what I know is that sukuma means to push. And wiki is the week, like a week.
Push the week.
So I don't know if they used to use sukuma to push the week. Guys, comment down below if you know why this vegetable is called sukuma wiki.
And
I'm
comment
guessing
down
somebody
below.
from Kenya would know, because this is a very common vegetable in Kenya. So if you're from Kenya and you know why it's called sukuma wiki, comment down below and we could learn something.
Also, comment down below if you like sukuma wiki.
Oh yeah, good point. If you like sukuma wiki, also comment down below.
That means you're really strong. Sukuma wiki makes you strong. Not only sukuma wiki, every vegetable ever known.
Yeah, green vegetable makes you strong.
Green.
Yeah, all the dark green leafy vegetable. If you don't have enough iron in your blood, they tell you to eat them.
At first I thought you said Oreos.
Oreos are not green.
Well, iron, Oreo, close.
Oh, Oreo in your blood, that would be fun. No, iron in your blood. Iron.
Then I would eat my blood.
Well, these, if you really want to have healthy blood and a lot of blood, or if you want to get lots of vitamin A also comes.
Vitamin A exists?
Yes, from green vegetables. You need green vegetables for vitamin A. I'm not like an expert on chopping, so I just chop.
Can I try?
This knife is a bit sharp,
Please.
so it's not a knife you're allowed to use.
So it's all chopped up.
So it's all chopped up. Like I said, this is enough for 2 meals. So I'm going to put some in a freezer bag. Then I keep it in the freezer. If you keep it in the freezer, you can keep it for a really long time. So this is what will go in the freezer. And this is what I'm going to cook. So this is ready for the freezer. And so making sukuma, like I said, is pretty easy. You need finely chopped onions, so I chopped those already. Then you need some garlic. I love garlic, I really do. So I always add that in. Of course, some oil. I like to use some olive oil. And then you need some salt. So, but sometimes I like to use a Maggi cube, a vegetable cube. So sometimes that's what I'll use. So let's get cooking. We're gonna make some oil. We heat some oil. It's like a butter. So this is like a frying butter. Sometimes I use it. It gives it a good taste. But today I'll use some olive oil. So let's get started. I'm gonna fry these until they are just nice and brown. And then I will squash my garlic. Yes, so squash the garlic. Squash again. Squash some more. I like to make the garlic also to fry in the oil because then I really get the taste out really good. It smells yummy already. I just like the smell of you know, cooking garlic.
You said you liked garlic.
I do have the smell of garlic.
Okay, I have 600.
Oh, the onions get into your eyes, right? So I'll put some cube. This is I use the green. It's biologic and it's yes, it's biologic and it's I put in that what they call the prawns bouillon. It's a vegetable bouillon. But, it gives it a good taste. And when I use the bouillon, then I don't put in salt yet because sometimes it's actually enough salt. So I don't eat much salt inside. The onions get into your eye.
Yeah,
right?
it's most of the ingredient now is onions, and
yes.
it's really getting in the eye. That's why always when you cook that thing, there's so many onions, and I'm like, why are there so many onions?
Yes. Okay, so my onions are ready. And now I'm going to put the
Yay! Sukuma wiki! Sukuma!
push the wheat.
Now most of the thing is sukuma wiki, and it's taking away the onions, so my eyes are okay now.
Oh, your eyes okay now because it's covered? Because the onions are covered? Now the thing with the sukuma is you don't overcook it. Cook it maximum. So first you mix it so they mix well. Then don't cook it for too long. So after it's nicely mixed,
Yeah.
we're gonna cover it for just 2 minutes. It should not cook for more than 2 minutes, otherwise it will be overcooked. So 2 minutes. So 2 minutes later, it's ready. I've actually put off the light. But one thing, you need to test it in case the salt is enough. Because like I said, when I use a bouillon cube, I don't put any salt. But if you like more salt, then you can add a bit salt. For me, this is enough salt. So it's ready. Good sukuma wiki is a bit crunchy. Kyla, it's ready. Let's get it in the plate. So let's get our meal ready. Also, another good thing about sukuma, another important thing about it, it's better you make it just before you serve. Simply because you want to eat it while it's still hot, and then you don't want to try to warm it, because then when you try to warm it, then you're cooking it further and then it's overcooked. So this is ready. We're gonna set up the table. Kyla, will you go set up the table? It's time for dinner.
Let's time to eat this sukuma wiki.
So yeah, it's ready to eat. This is with lentil sauce, really yummy lentil sauce, the sukuma, and this is posho, maize meal, ugali, sadza, depending on where you come from, fufu, maize fufu, it's the same and it goes really nicely together. Enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Let's try it. This is so good. You guys must try it at home. My mom told you the recipe, so now you know how to eat it.
Okay.
You must eat more than more often.
Do you want them to watch the video, like, subscribe?
Please
Okay, ask them.
like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more of the delicious recipes and of her video.